I love being a small business owner. I love waking up in the morning and I just feel that excitement. And I found that I love being around other people who are going through some of the same things. And I love the energy. I love the creativity. I love that the tenacity and the idea that small business ownership really is the cornerstone of this country. My name is Bernard Williams. I'm an attorney, and I'm also a small business advisor. A small business advisor is someone who works alongside small business owners and helps them to achieve their goals, minimize their risks, and position themselves for future success in business. As an attorney, I help small business owners to avoid legal problems and to handle legal issues as they arise. As a small business advisor, I go a few steps further. I work with small business owners on a one-on-one basis. I help them to think through what they're doing in their business, to plan ahead, and to position themselves for greater success in the future. My mission is to help small business owners live out their dreams, fulfill their goals, and beat the odds by removing all the potential roadblocks that might get in their way. I actually ran my own business once. At the time, I was full of energy, I was full of ideas, but I didn't know the first thing about actually running my own business. So inevitably, I made a lot of my own mistakes. And looking back on them, I could write a book about all the mistakes that I made. What I do as a small business advisor is I take all those lessons learned, I give them someone who can guide them through some of the more difficult parts of small business ownership. What makes me so excited about entrepreneurs and being around entrepreneurs is there's just this undeniable spirit. There is an unshakable belief that they're going to be successful. And people are telling them, take the safer route, take the more expected route. And they're saying, forget all that. Yeah, I believe in myself. I've got a dream. I've got an idea. I've got a way of doing things, and I need to go out there and make it happen. And that kind of positivity, that kind of optimism, it's infectious. If I could spend every day for the rest of my life around people like that, then I have a really, really good life. They're visionaries, and I love that. But that can also, in some ways, be the greatest downfall. Sometimes entrepreneurs think so far off into the future that they lose sight of some of the details and some of the how-to as to how to actually get to that future. And that's where I come in. I help them to focus on those details, and I help them to lay out the path and lay out the steps that are needed to get to the ultimate goals. Oftentimes, my conversations with my clients are about so much more than just the legal aspect of their business. And I help them to problem solve outside of the legal part of the business. And I found that the more that I do that, the more the demand for those services has really increased to the point where now I have clients all over the country. When I first began working with a client, the first thing that I do is sit down with them so I can find out more about them, more about their business, and more about the reason they contacted me. But my process begins and ends with the understanding that I'm going to help you as a business owner as though it were my business. And I'm going to put in that same level of compassion and energy that I would for my own. But this is your business. And this is about your vision. It's about your dream and fulfilling what it was that you wanted to do when you first got in business in the first place. My goal is to help you to make that happen. It was relatively recently that I was working with a client. We were joking around a little bit about attorneys. And we were talking about the fact that for some reason, a lot of small business owners just don't like the idea of hiring attorneys. And we're in the middle of this conversation, and she stops and she looks at me and she says, Bernard, you're so much more than an attorney. And that just hit me. Yeah, I was so grateful that she had said that. My vision is to see a world where anybody with that entrepreneurial spirit doesn't have to settle for a job in corporate America, just because that's what everybody else does. I want to see a world where anybody with that entrepreneurial spirit can live out their dreams without fear of failure.